AITA for trying to stop my job from having a dog-friendly office. Throwaway. I've F35 been at my job for about a year and a half. I like my job and had no plans of leaving. During this time we were not a dog-friendly office. My company owns the building we work in. It's your basic office with cubes and offices and conference rooms and includes a grassy patio area. Around 2,530 people work here full-time. It's not a job you can really work from home consistently as it requires in-person collaboration and is hands-on. If this job was dog-friendly when I was hired, I would have never taken the job. I can't stand dogs. Everything about them really. My dislike of dogs has never impacted my life, career, family, or friends till now. To be honest, I usually don't bring it up to non-friends, family because I get a lot of hate. So I usually stay quiet and try to remove myself from a situation as best I can. We recently had salary and benefit review one-on-one meetings with HR. We are all getting 6% raises. They took suggestions on benefits that we'd like to see. I gave my input. Overall, I was pretty happy with our benefits. However, a number of coworkers said they'd like to see a dog-friendly office. At the conclusion of the meetings, HR took their findings to management. 2 weeks after our one-on-one meetings, management sent out the proposed changes and requested some final input. Staff had 2 weeks to respond. Well, the 2 weeks we had to respond, I was on vacation. I went on a slightly over 2-week trip out of the country that had been planned for well in advance. On vacation I didn't check emails or messages. I went offline as much as I could and didn't see the email asking for final input and was not able to raise any objections till I came back. Well, the dog-friendly office had overwhelming support with no objections, until I came back to work. It was supposed to start January 1st in the new year. Well, I saw the proposal from almost 3 weeks earlier and went straight to HR. I raised my objections right then. I told HR that if they were dog-friendly when I interviewed, I would have never worked here. I asked them to reevaluate. Well, they granted my wish and have reevaluated this and let staff know this is on hold. They have not committed to anything either way yet, with no ETA on a resolution. The thing is, everyone knows it is me and I'm getting the cold shoulder from nearly everyone. This was very popular and something most were looking forward to. So am I the asshole? If HR is asking opinions, then NTA for letting your opinion be known. HR exec team can decide what they want to do with it. Having dogs in the office is not the same thing as asking for a coffee maker and microwave in the break room. There's a lot of liability in having a dog-friendly office. NTA. I wouldn't bring my dog into a dog-friendly office even if I worked for one. NTA, your coworkers giving you the cold shoulder because you went against something that the majority wanted would be the normal response. Doesn't matter if it was a dog in the workplace or BBQs every Friday. I love dogs. I am a veterinarian. In fact, here's the problem. If you have 1 or 2 employees that bring their quiet, well-behaved, lazy dogs that settle next to their desk for the day, no problem. If 15-20 of these employees bring in their dogs, there will be chaos. It may be worth a quiet word to the powers that be that an injury to or from one of the dogs could be a hit on the property's insurance that they should be prepared for. Honestly, having dogs in a workspace that doesn't involve animal care of some sort or research is going to be a huge liability. It's not if, it's when. Cleaning, cross-contamination between animals, like one having a disease, fleas, etc. This is why most pets are vetted and acclimated before moving in with another animal. Possible accidents, destruction of property, electronics, etc., from chewing, urine, etc. Possible aggressive behavior between dogs or other people. So truly, unless your job is fit for accommodating dogs, this is a huge risk both for the dogs and for the workers. As much as it may seem like a dream come true at first, I would hate to see that one of the dogs became ill or injured because of this. Or if a worker did as well. HR really needs to think through all of this before making a solid decision. Coming from someone who does not like dogs and whose job is in work safety. NTA. I worked in an office that tried this, but fortunately I was in town when the meetings were held. Honestly, I do not object to animals in the office on principle, but I knew that some of my coworkers owned poorly trained dogs. Animals that barked freely, ran around the office poking their noses in people's crotches and deposited their wet spots and excrement at will. The owners tended to be upper management, so that did not bode well. I made my objections known openly, and while some people were mad, they understood. Especially once I asked them, "Are you willing to vouch for Mr. X's notoriously misbehaved pooch?" Quote. NTA. I wouldn't want dogs or kids in the workplace either. I don't hate animals or kids, but I'm easily distracted and I think it would be detrimental to my work performance. That is totally a me thing. Though, they could easily tell me to hit the road. And if we're off work at my job, we have zero access to emails, so I wouldn't have been able to check mine at all in order to give input. However, I'd probably go ahead and start a job search. Sounds like you're gonna need to. Unfortunately, they're either gonna 1. Let dogs in the office and you're going to be miserable, or 2. Not let them in and everyone make it their mission to make life miserable for you because of it. Whichever it ends up being. You're out the door. Woman shrugging, light skin tone. ETA. I can't help but wonder what will happen if the dogs don't all get along. Lol, I mean, sounds silly, but just like people, dogs don't always mix well with other dogs. Especially being enclosed in one space together for X amount of hours. I'd venture a guess that even if it happens, it may not happen for long. Nah, but if everyone else want this policy and you don't prepare to start looking for a new job, nah, I would suggest a designated day. Folks can bring the dogs. Then those opposed to dogs should be allowed to WFH. NTA. Dogs in an office are asking for a problem. This is an office where all kinds of people work and have meetings, not doggy daycare. It irritates me when these work-home lines get too blurry. I have severe dog allergies and had to switch doctors when their office became dog-friendly. The office dog that never jumped on anyone before pounced on me and I had a horrible reaction. If I was collaborating with a business that had this policy, it would prevent me from meeting at their office. Potential employees might turn down offers due to this policy. HR is smart to reconsider it, and you shouldn't feel like the bad guy. NTA. But unfortunately it may not matter. Since your anonymity was compromised and everyone knows it was you and disagrees, you might need to start looking for a new job regardless, and just let this one turn into one of the jobs you would have turned down. I love dogs and have a tattoo of my dog on my chest. I would do anything for my dog. Would I rather be with my dog than at work? 100% yes. I say all of that so you can know for certain you are not biased, because I also agree. Leave your dog at home, people. NTA. NTA. A dog-friendly office sounds like an awful idea. TBH. And I say that as a dog person. Not every dog is going to get along with one another, so there will be disagreements between the dogs that will disrupt everyone else. Besides, HR asked for opinions. And as far as I'm aware, your opinion matters just as much as everyone else's. Nah. You voiced your opinion, which is fine. But you also have to live with the consequences. You may not be popular for a while. Nah. I don't think people that want a dog-friendly office are assholes. They're not trying to bring their dogs in maliciously. I also don't think you're an asshole for voicing your objections. I don't think it's a great idea to have a dog-friendly office. I love dogs. But if it's put to a vote, you'll probably be overruled. Could you recommend having only one dog in the office? Like a therapy dog or just the boss's dog? I get the idea of having a dog around, and if it were only one, it could be manageable. I'm going to say nah. But I don't think this will work well for you. NTA. However, I think that there should be a compromise. If you are the only person who vetoed this, then maybe dog-friendly Fridays can become a thing. This way people get to bring their dogs once a week, and you get majority of the week without dogs. If you have 20-30 dogs in an enclosed space every day, it is going to smell, have fleas and accident stains. I love dogs, but I would not want to work somewhere where dogs are allowed. Because not every dog is well trained, nor will all the dogs get along. What if a client comes in and they are afraid of dogs? NTA. Edit. On top of that, what happens if a dog gets scared or anxious and bites someone? NTA. I love dogs. I used to work at a dog groomer where my boss brought her own dog every day. That being said, I signed up to work with animals. I wanted to work with them, so I got a job with animals. If it were any other job, I think it'd be really weird. If a bunch of employees are bringing multiple dogs that probably don't know each other at all, that just screams problem to me. Are your coworkers prepared to break up fights that will inevitably happen? Are they prepared to be liable for any injuries to other dogs or humans? Everyone thinks bringing your dog to work is a walk in the park, but an office is not a place for pets. NTA. You didn't sign up to work in a pet-friendly workplace.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.